Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the first round, the Arabia season. We do have here Gummibärgruen against Jesse the Emperor. As I mentioned on Arabia, it's round 3. Um, both of them lost their games and now facing each other. So Jesse is playing as the Magyars. Magyars do have a great late game and a good early scout aggression, but Gummibärgruen is going with Franks, and Franks are also a very well-known civilization on Arabia, and they are pretty good there as well because they get 3 bloodlines, and maybe 3 bloodlines is even better than the 3 forging for the Magyars. So Gummibär has 6 villagers on food. Now he's building, as you should do, the lumber camp. And in the meantime, Jesse is sending everything onto food. He has 7 villagers on food and 1 villager on wood. So that's not the greatest build order. Maybe you should go for one. You should go 1 villager earlier to wood. But both players have almost 0 seconds of idle transit time until now, which is always a good sign. I just casted the finals before, so Gummibär and Jesse are now starting to scout the opponents. So Gummibär has scouted, not surface, but he's found everything he should. I think he's found all of the sheep. He found secondary gold, the main gold, 1 stone, the 3rd gold, and okay, he sees all of his resources, so it's the perfect time to go forward. But now he's doing a typical Gummibär boar lure or rhino lure, which is not the most effective, but yeah, it's okay. He's searching for his opponent. In the meanwhile, okay. Okay, perfect. In the meanwhile, Jesse is also scouting. He has found 1 gold of Gummibär, which is always good because you deny 150 food, no 100 food from your opponent, but Gummibär is so lucky to find it back, which is a great factor for him. But Jesse has less idle transit time than Gummibär does, and so Jesse is ahead in villages. Okay, now it's even out, but Jesse is doing a great job here with villager production. And as I mentioned, he is now starting to idle his town center. And of course, he has 350 food in the bank, so it's just forgetting about to queue 5 villages more. And okay, it's maybe time for a scout war, but I think they can't see each other, or they're on auto scout, or they're on waypoints. So now Jesse is behind in villages. He has 15 seconds more idle transit time than Gummibär does. Gummibär is now bringing in the next rhino. This time it's pretty good. There's a little bit of food left on his thrust. He's going for more villages into production, so maybe he's going for a false castle, because he's doing 6 villages more, or 5 years. He's going for 23 villages. So 23 is a little bit hard to go for a fast castle, but now 6 more villages in the queue is definitely a sign to go for a fast castle, because with 24 villages you should be able to pull off a good strategy. But also Jesse is building his first farms. Okay, there is something going on. Gummibär has found the town center, he's not running into it. Oh, is he? Is he? No, he's not. But building up farms is always a sign to go fast castle as well. But he's clicking up to the fuel age. Maybe he was very late on berries. Because now he's on berries with 10 villages, which is obviously not good because it's very inefficient. Gummibär is also going up to castle age, not to castle age, to field age, sorry, with 20 pop. So it's quite impressive, but it's the build order for a scout rush. So at this point I expect scouts from Gummibär. It's bad to lose HP on your starting scout, or to run into the town center is even worse. 4 or 5 villages on berries is good. You have the berry collecting bonus with ranks, which is even better, and you get free horse collar when you're up to fuel age. So I hate this farms. I really hate it. You're just not using your ranks bonus and playing into cards of your opponent, which you should never do. And bot players are hitting fuel age soon, or reached fuel age. So where's the stable? There's the stable. I like the fact that Gummibär is raising up the stable with 4 villages. You should always try to build a stable at least with 2 villages. So it's great, and immediately send them back to work. Jesse is going for a back stable, which is kind of blocking his wood line. So maybe it's not the perfect stable place. Maybe up here or here in front of the base would be better, but I think it's fine. So but some crucial things both players have to work on is to get the town centers running. But at this point I think Jesse has really improved compared to the last appearances of Jesse. There's now competitive town center idle times, as you can see down here. And both players are going for scouts, and wisely choice to go for a spearman, because Gummibär should have seen the stable. What's going on here? No. Yes, he saw the stable, and he knew his opponent is going for scouts. And Gummibär has already bloodlines. Jesse is not going for bloodlines. But he even has the gold for it. Now look at the terrible economy. 10 villages on berries. Not all the 10 villages are idle. If you're going for scouts, it's okay to go up with 1 lumber camp, but then you want to drop off farms, and therefore you need a lot of wood. Okay, capture is not running well. No, okay, it's better. So you need a lot of wood, and maybe it's wise to go for a lumber camp, a second lumber camp here, and not to build 3 houses. That Gummibär has already 4 scouts forward, and I'm really wondering where the scouts of Jesse are. Ah, okay, they are here. Maybe he could easily kill 1 villager more with gold macro, but instead of macroing the scout, he is even losing his scout to the Tanzan fire and not even killing this low HP villager. It's Gummibär is okay. He's attacking and just defending with 1 spearman at home, and this should be game for Gummibär if he plays it out probably. He got killed if he sees these villagers. They are yeah, they have to be dead, but Jesse is not reacting. He's losing more and more villages. He even does not fight back. But he's putting some pressure on Gummibär too. So he's not giving up yet. Both players have lost a few villagers. Jesse already 5, but Gummibär is now he killed already 6 villagers to Gummibär. How is that possible? He has lost a lot of scouts, but he has killed 6 villagers to Gummibär because Jesse has now a huge town center all the time. He's now defending with spearmen, which is good at this point because Gummibär is not adding anything else. He's now running with the scouts underneath the town center. And he has zero eco upgrades. In the meanwhile, Gummibär has a great economy. So he has already 13 farms. Normally you try to get up to around about 16 farms and then to aim for a castle age. But these farms do have horse collar. Not these two, but the rest of the farms has horse collar. And now Gummibär is getting more villager kills. He's not even get 1 villager, but he's lost 1 scout. So good defense here from Jesse, but he now has a lot of weak villagers here, or 2 weak villagers here. Maybe send 1 spearman here and 1 here to protect, but it's fine. So the villager count is even. He is only behind 1 villager, and Gummibär now is aiming for castle age because he's sending villagers onto gold. In the meanwhile, Jesse has 400 gold in the bank, so I have no idea what he's doing with the gold right now. And look at the farm placement of Jesse. So maybe he doesn't know about the fact that if 1 villager drops only I think 1 or 2 wood from the straggler trees next to the town center, you could just build the farms above the tree, and you don't have these gaps between your farms. But yes, now Gummibär is going for some wars, so I don't see the point of going up for wars. Yeah, okay, Gummibär lost all his scout pressure, but he knew his opponent is not producing more scouts, and spearmen are so slow, and Jesse uses them just for defense. So it's just a waste of time and resources at this place, or at this time, to go for some big wars like Gummibär does. And we all know about the fact there's always a hole. And this hole is oftentimes killing you. And yes, but Jesse is the first one going up for castle age. How is this possible? Maybe with a ridiculous time of the town center with almost 5 minutes. But he's only 6 villages behind, and this is, yeah, okay, he killed 3 villages more than Gummibär did, and Gummibär is now 50 seconds behind in castle age time. So don't think there's happening a lot. As I mentioned, Jesse has done his economy upgrades at this point. And yes, Gummibär is adding a second stable. I like it. He's just hiding it from his opponent, so Jesse has no idea what his opponent is doing. He could just imagine that he's going for knights, maybe he's going for a castle, but he does not know yet. So Jesse advanced to castle age and is immediately queuing up 7 knights in 1 stable. Oh, has it too. Okay, let's go back to normal speed. Now Jesse has 2 stables as well, so it's great. He has 2 stables, he has 3 fortune, and he has the armor upgrade. And he should. Oh, he's missing bloodlines. Okay, that's a big deal. He should have done bloodlines on the way up to castle age, but now he's immediately going for the pressure. And why going for wars when you then delete your wars? Okay, Jesse is now going for a lot of knights, so he's already 6 knights. He could queue a lot more, and spearmen at this point are just spearmen without any upgrade. Now here's the forging upgrade for the spearmen, but now Jesse is even fighting downhill to the spearmen, and this, yeah, okay, Gummibär has the army backups there, so Jesse should retreat, because otherwise he will lose all his knights. And he's 7 villages behind, and Gummibär is protecting his main goal with a secondary town center. Town center spot is quite ugly because you do have this hill in front of it, but for this point he's fine. Jesse's high town center time is now rising and rising and rising. But how did he get inside of it? Okay, and there's always a hole, like I mentioned, and now he could just disrupt Gummibär's whole economy. So he's at this point he's 11 villages behind. He's losing a lot at home because he's not reacting to the town center, and there's a 3 villager curse for Gummibär. So there should not be a possibility that that Jesse comes back into this game, because Gummibär has now a 20 villager lead. And Jesse is now reacting, starting to panic. Yeah, okay, or just reacting to the mining, but he's also killing a lot of villagers to Gummibär. And what's the plan for Gummibär? Just going for more knights? Or maybe he could just add some monks, but he's just losing more and more villages to the town center fire with spearmen in it. So spearmen don't shoot arrows. He should have gone for the spearmen to fight the knights outside, but he's just opened the walls, so it doesn't make any sense. And now Gummibär has just stopped villager production, it seems like, because yeah, okay, he has a lot of food left. He has cleared these villages here, and Jesse is down to 16 villagers. Jesse is sending in one night and one night more to Gummibär's base, but Gummibär has 11 armies, 8 knights, and Jesse has just pikemen now in defense because his economy is so terribly bad. He's now 30 villages behind, and there's no way Jesse could come back. So at this point, maybe Gummibär could even heal his knights, send them forward, and the game is over. But Jesse is defending with pikemen, which is the right choice, because there are too many knights for monks. But yeah, the economy disadvantage is too big. Gummibär is even now booming with a 3rd town center, and the game is over. So Gummibär could not fight this 20 pike or 17 pikeman army. He's now adding skirmishes with 0 upgrades, which makes 0 sense. Now Gummibär is coming forward, maybe for a castle, but he doesn't have the stone yet. But he's clearing absolutely everything from Jesse. Jesse has first upgrade for the pikeman, and Gummibär is dropping a tower. I don't like the fact that he's dropping a tower. At this point, it's okay, but normally you should try to get a cheap Frank's castle up, which ends the game for sure. And Jesse cost too cheap, so he knows exactly he has only 20 villagers. The score is over 2000 points in favorite for Gummibärgruen. And let's have a look at the statistics. So as I mentioned, the game was a long time pretty even. Even here, Jesse was faster up to Castle Age, but then he idled his town center and lost a lot of villagers. So military numbers are quite even all the time, but at this point it's just pikemen for Jesse. And yeah, the economy was good for both players, or similar for both players, until Castle Age. But then there was a big drop for Jesse, losing a lot of villagers. He is now there. He was missing his economy upgrades, and yes, with the size, the timeline is clearly in favor of Gummibär. Okay, and that's it for this game. Let's see you for the upper games.